back to Saxlingham, and we are now early morning June. We are down to £44,000 after paying off all our bank loans and such like, so we're going to need to sell some product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load all the product up. I'm going to sell it off camera because I'm going to do an episode, that's probably in the next one or the one after the latest, going through the whole process. I think I mentioned it in the last episode, a state of the farm episode. We'll just get this loaded up, and we need to open that up, and then we can start loading. Are we on the trailer? No, we're not on the trailer. There we go, get going. Yeah, so we will continue with the loading and the deliveries, and then we'll get back to you once it's done. Well, hello and welcome back. Let me show you where I am now. If we just zoom out, this is where our main operation centre is, up here where our fields are. There's this little village down here, and I'm down there now because I want to put in a restaurant to serve this little village and the surrounds, people coming in from around the sort of end of town, so to speak. So let's get back in there and let's have a look and see. So we want to purchase this piece of land here, and we zoom in on that. So let's buy that. It's basically wasteland, really. It doesn't have any fields on it or anything like that, but it does have a couple of little flat spots that we can put in some retail productions, one of them being a restaurant. Yes, so we buy that. Okay, right, so we've got this area here. It does include this sort of park area here, which I can look at a later stage. Does seem to be kind of part of the map, so I'm not sure that I can flatten that out that easily, but this little area here looks reasonably easy to build on. We want to build the restaurant, so it should fit in around about here. No, we're in the wrong place again, aren't we? Let's just get a little bit out of the way. We want to build it in this sort of area between the tracks down here. So let's have a look and see. And we'll build that. Well, we won't build it, we'll try and place it. 25,000 is going to... Let's just zoom out because we do need to give ourselves room to make deliveries. Might have to take down a couple of trees down to the back there, but it won't be too much of a problem. Right, let's have a look and see. It looks like we might have to flatten things out a little bit. Let's have a look and see what's happening here. Yeah, so we need to flatten out a little bit at the back here. We'll smooth it out. It's not too much of a problem. Yeah, so let's get that done. And we're going to go into here and going to smooth that out. So take it from this sort of area and move it out there. This is the area where we really need to smooth out because we're going to be delivering down here. There should be enough space even to get the, we might have to use the delivery vehicle to bring stock in here because it's a bit of a trip down here, so we don't want to be doing it. We want to be able to put in a reasonable amount of stock into here. Let's go and walk around there and have a look. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. I didn't bring a vehicle down here, just flew down here. So right. So let's do a little bit of decorating to start with. So we'll go up here, and I think what we'll do is what shall we put in around the back here? I think gravel is probably right for here. Where is the gravel? There we go. Build a little bit of a parking area down here. Don't really want to take too much away from the track, so and we can gravel off a little bit down this way as well. There we go. There we go. Nice. Fantastic. Do a little bit down the front here. I don't want to have it right on the road here because this is still want to have this little road area defined here between. So the restaurant is called the Plough, and yeah, it looks like it's the edge of the map. think we can put in some tables at the back here. Let's go. And we don't want that. We want to go up to there. And fences, no. We don't want to put any fences in right now. Maybe a couple of lights. That's always good. Put one in there. And one in there. Just to light up the front. And then we'll put some at the back. Let's get something a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just going to put this kind of round about here. And we'll do another one round about here. It should give us a little bit of light around this place. So let's go and have a look at decorations. Do we have any uptype tables? I think we do somewhere in here. Outside tables is what I'm talking about. And where did I see them? Come on. A couple of these in the trees here, in the shade. A little bit of a seating area outside. That looks good. And what else can we put in here? So flower pots up front, I think. Got plenty of them already, but I'm going to just put a couple more here just to I think this one might be floating. It looks okay. Kind of built into the... Yeah, I kind of like that actually. Yeah, kind of like that. It's perfect. And what else? Don't really need a lot of stuff around here. It's sort of in a natural setting, so just want to see if there's one or two little cars we can put out. I don't know whether I put the car thingamajig on yet. Not sure where it would be either. Don't think it'll be in this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, far we can go down. That's good enough. We don't want to clutter up the area too much. Here we go. There we go. There's the plough. All done. Now we need to have a look and see what it needs. What does it need in terms of supplies? So it needs bread, butter, carrots, cheese, cucumbers. It needs a lot of stuff. So the bread is, are we at the stage now where we need to start, we'll need to start bringing down some bread. 6,000 litres. So we'll need to, yeah, I wonder how long it lasts. Most probably not very long. So we'll get that sorted out. But I think for now, right, so we'll get the deliveries sorted out and we'll get back to you once we know where we are on that score, or in that score, or on that score, yeah. Right, you're back with me. We just down at the wholesalers and we've picked up a fair amount of specialized products. So we've got red peppers, we've got sour cream, we've got onions, what else have we got? Cucumbers, all things that we can't get in the normal market. So now we're going to head on down to the normal pallet stall and we're going to go and get the rest of the product. We're going to have to think about getting some vegetable gardens going to produce a lot of the stuff we can produce. But we'll look at that in the next episode. So I'll go and load up down at the bulk buying station, and once I've got all that loaded up, I'll get back to you so we can go and deliver this to the restaurant stroke pub. See you in a little while. Right, so we are now at the buy station and we've got a full lorry load. We've still got a little bit of spinach, I think, to load. But we do have to come back and get the potatoes and the long-grained rice in the back of one of the Unimogs so we can put the trailer on and bring that back, and we can always also make sure these probably things we've forgotten. So let's get that closed up and then we'll take a trip on down to the new restaurant and get it. We'll start getting it running. Well, we won't be able to get it running just yet. We are going to have to look to maybe distribute some of the bread, maybe from the from the farm factory. Yeah, so here we are coming down into the top end of the town. The cowboy just overtaking us. I think it's this little turn off down here. Yep, this is it. We just have to wait for the traffic. And here we go. There we go. Let's get that opened up. And we can just go around. It's probably going to be very tight in this vehicle coming in to deliver here, but quite often these pub deliveries are quite tight in the UK. So let's take off the too much of stuff. Didn't think we'd have too much. Some stuff. Even trees. So what we'll have to do is we'll just offload the rest of the stuff by hand, and we'll just put it down the side here, I think. What else do we have? We have too much of. Just make sure. We'll drive around. Right, so let's have a look and see what we still need. Spinach we haven't got in. Thought we had bought spinach. Let's just have a look and see the back there. Wasn't that spinach that we took out here? That's baby spinach. It doesn't take baby spinach. Right. We'll have to check that out. Okay, what else don't we have yet? Let's have a look and see. So we've got bread, carrots we'll need to bring down in a load. That'll be up and down, so we'll do that off camera. Long grain rice the same. Bottled milk we haven't got. Onion we've got. Potatoes we need to, it'll also be up and down for that. Spinach we'll probably also be able to pick up from there. So the baby spinach we'll have to take back. And which is the, is there anything we've got here that's full? Yeah, the cucumber. So we've got a little bit of cucumber left. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do, don't know if there's anything that we can get going, but let's get, we don't want to do that. We want to do this here. Activate, activate, activate. Ploughmans can go. Stuffed peppers, activate. Right, so all the other stuff we need to bring down. So we're going to finish supplying off camera. We've shown you the one supplier. We bought the wrong product this year, so I'm going to put those back onto the truck and take them back, and we'll have to resell them back to the, well, hopefully they'll take them back. Might be a little bit of a cost to that, but and then we'll do the up and downs, bringing all the other stuff down, because it'll just be up and down. We'll have to rely on the Unimog to make those deliveries with all the vegetables, so to speak. But yeah, well, I've got a plan for that in the near future in any event, so let's just get that loaded up. Yep. Right, so we will see you in a little while. Well, welcome back. We've got the last little delivery to do to the restaurant, some bottled milk, and then we should have everything down here and running. It's not full, but there's enough to get going. So let's just get that delivered. There we go, and we'll go to the front and we'll show you. I have had it running. I think that was the last little bit of product we needed to get everything running. So let's go and show you quickly. So we've got, yeah, so we've got pretty much everything that we need down this side here. Everything in reasonable quantity. We'll see how that lasts. So we haven't got the unrealistic running. Yeah, so everything should be running. Yeah, no markers there. Onion soup, ploughman's lunch, stuffed peppers, and the vegetarian. Do they all bring 1.5 coins per what? I don't know, but well, per 15 tomatoes and whatever that is. So I'm not quite sure how the pricing really works, but yeah, so we've got our second retail operation up and running. Go in and have a look in the inside. There we go. Pretty basic really in terms of graphics, but yeah, that's not really the point. The inside of the whole thing. So yep, I'm pretty happy with that. And what else do we need to do now? I think in the next couple of episodes we'll most probably try and put in something, another little production unit around about here somewhere. I think it will mean that we need to buy one of these two fuels. I'm not sure which one. It's probably this one here. I'm not too worried about that, because I want to get some some open air gardens going so that we can supply our restaurant with a lot of the product. But in any case, that's for another episode. So that's where I'm going to end this episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Just as I almost make an accident there. Yeah, so we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.